Good morning, everybody, and I hope you are all having a great morning. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by Money Block, and this is MarketStream Live. Today, I am going to be recapping everything that happened in the Asian markets, and I'm going to take a look at what's going on in the European markets in advance of the U.S. markets opening. So let's jump right in. And again, as always, you can always check out MarketStream.live, and you can also go to our Facebook page where you can watch me live every day. Jump on, and I'm going to be talking about the markets here on Facebook at MarketStream. Taking a look at the Asian markets, they were mixed at best last night. The overnight session saw the Nikkei down 97. What's notable here is the yen strength. We saw the yen actually strengthen going into the U.S. session yesterday. During our session when the markets were open, most of you were probably at work. The Japanese yen started to strengthen, and you see on this chart, as we had noted before, the dollar strength and yen weakness has been positive for the Japanese markets. Well, the yen started to strengthen, and this pair actually started to come down pretty dramatically. Watch that very closely. Any strength in the Japanese yen is going to put continued pressure. You saw what's notable, when you see strength in currencies, exporters are the ones that are going to start to get hurt. Also, you saw that the Bank of Japan said that they are willing, able, and ready to buy about 330 billion of the Japanese government bonds. Pretty decent sized purchase there. Watch EWJ. It looks like right now, pre-market, it is trading up about a penny. So let's see if it bounces back with the U.S. markets looking like they're opening up higher. And the U.S. dollar firming up against the yen. Taking a look at China, Shanghai Composite finished down $5.40. What's notable here is that the People's Bank of China continued to inject some liquidity into the system, about 40 billion yuan. This is the second day in a row that they've done it, but they were on a 2-week hiatus. Now, that didn't help the Shanghai Composite, so we'll watch to see if FXI, looks like it's going to open up 61 cents this morning. This is the ETF that tracks the 30 largest cap stocks in China. But Hong Kong and the Hang Seng, where it's really financially centric, a lot of the banks and so forth are traded there. When that injection came in, that really pushed the Hang Seng up 166, good for 0.6%. You see that they're really starting to move to the upside. This infusion capital does help the Hong Kong markets. And so while the mainland is lagging, you're starting to see that Hong Kong is moving to the upside with the injection of capital. What's also notable is that the scrutiny of all of the banks' balance sheets that the mainland regulators are looking at looks like they're clamping down. So we're going to see if they're going to watch those leverage ratios. That should be interesting how that falls out. They were looking at 20 institutions, and I believe 18 out of those 20 institutions that they looked at didn't meet the standards that they want, so they're clamping down on leverage. Taking a look at the Sensex in India, another nice move, all-time record high. India continues to move to the upside as a grindy kind of move at this juncture, but up 57. Watch EPI on the open today. Looks like it's going to open up flat at 25.38, but again, well above its 20 and 50-day moving average. There's some momentum there. Let's watch that one very closely. Now let's switch gears and take a look at Europe, and I think right now, the picture in Europe, and in full disclosure, I do have my clients exposed to large cap stocks in Europe, but it looks like Europe is pushing to the upside, following and tracking the United States. What's interesting, though, is energy is on the move to the upside. Last night, we had the API storage report, which is a precursor to the EPI. That's the one that EPI that I watch, EIA, that comes out at 10:30 Eastern time. Energy is moving to the upside overnight, up about about $1.50. But what's interesting here is that you're seeing in the UK that's helped but you're also seeing that some retail is on the move to the upside. The FTSE had been below its 20 and 50-day moving average. It's currently right now trading above both of those. Let's see where it settles. Watch EWU. This has been trading underneath these levels. Now, again, those of you that are new to MarketStream, what you'll realize is I use these moving averages just to give me an idea of who's in control. Is it the bulls or the bears? And currently right now in the English markets, the bears have been in control. They've been pushing the market down in a grindy fashion. So a catalyst could be miners, could be energies that are all moving to the upside this morning. That's going to help the UK markets. Watch EWU. Now in France, we're seeing automakers as well as financials moving to the upside. The CAC is up 77.5, and again, challenging that 20 and 50-day moving average. So you're starting to see that the European, bulls are moving the markets. EWQ is the ETF that you can utilize to track stocks in France. Taking a look at the DAX, you're seeing large cap retail names like Adidas, as well as autos and financials. Now, financials are lagging the overall market performance, but still in the green. The DAX is up 165. EWG pre-market right now is trading up about 16 cents. So we're going to watch this one very closely. Trading above its 20-day moving average right now and its 50-day. Again, you're starting to see that with the little euro weakness, you're starting to see that the markets are starting to react positively. Now, we will watch the British pound, though. The British pound has shown some strength this morning, and we're going to be watching the bond markets. The bond markets are moving in conjunction with the equity markets in Europe. In other words, you're seeing the German 10-year up about 0.3%. You're seeing the French 10-year up in price up 0.4%, and the British 10-year up about 0.1%. Why is that notable? You're seeing bond prices go up, which means that people are buying bonds. Now, it doesn't look like it's in mass, but it's enough so that you have to watch that. This dynamic of bonds going up and equity markets going up, they're usually non-correlated. Now, that's been debunked for many, many years now, as we've seen bonds go up with stocks. But in this environment, with very little no inflation that we're seeing at this juncture, I got to say, we're going to watch that dynamic and that relationship to see if they stay as correlated as they have been. All right, folks, that's it right now for Europe and Asia. You can see that the markets are poised to open up to the upside in the green. You have the U.S. markets up in the green pre-market. Let's see how they fare. We'll be back at around 10 o'clock Eastern time. I'm going to recap everything that's going on in the U.S. markets, and I will set up the rest of the trading day for you. See you then here at MarketStream.live.